Hi guys, this is Standard 46, Solving Systems of Equations Using Substitution. Go ahead and title your notes now. You may have to pause the video. Alright, these are the steps that we are going to use to solve our system of equations with substitution. So you will want to go ahead and copy these down into your notes, 3 steps. The first step is substitute what the variable equals into the other equation. Step 2, solve that new equation for the variable that is in it. And step 3, plug the value for that variable into either equation to solve for the last missing variable. You can go ahead and pause the video here so that you have time to write down these 3 steps. When we talk about systems of equations, and we talked about this whenever we were graphing systems of equations, which was our last standard, are the 3 types of solutions. So there's one solution when you solve and you get an x value and you get a y value, and we write this as an ordered pair. For no solution, this is when you are going to solve and you will get 0 equals a number. But you will have to ask yourself, is this statement true or false? So because this statement says 0 equals 4, we know that's not true, and that's why it's no solution. The next one, 7 equals 10, is also untrue. They do not equal one another, and therefore they are no solution. And then 2 equals 5. Again, they are not equal to one another, so this is no solution. So I'm just drawing a line through my equal sign to show that they are not equal to one another, so that is going to be no solution. And then our third type of solution is infinite solution. This is when a number is equal to that same number. So our first example is 8 equals 8. This is a true statement. 8 is equal to 8. So we write infinite solutions when this happens. So let's go ahead and check that one off. That is true. The statement 0 equals 0. That is also true. So we would write infinite solution. And then 3 equals 3. That is also another true statement, so that would be infinite solutions. So if you would like, go ahead, copy down in your notes, put types of solutions, and under that make a 1 solution spot, no solution, and infinite solution. You do not need to write down all the examples that are listed here, but you should write down at least 1 example from each column. So I would expect you to write down that 1 solution is written as an ordered pair. No solution, an example of that would be 0 equals 4. That's untrue, so that's no solution. And then infinite solution, 8 equals 8. That is a true statement. Okay? Pause the video here if you need to take time to write that down. Alright, so we are going to get into our example problems. We will have 2 example problems, and you will have 2 you try problems to complete on your own. So example 1, write this in your notes. Y equals 6x minus 11 and negative 2x minus 3y equals negative 7. You will want to go ahead and stack your equations just like they're written here for our example problem. So our first step is to substitute what our variable, so what y is equal to, which is 6x minus 11, and we're going to take that and we are going to plug it in, substitute it in where our y variable is in the second equation. So as I rewrite that, our new equation would be negative 2x minus 3, And now I'm not going to put a y here. Instead, I'm going to put parentheses 6x minus 11. And that is equal to negative 7. Okay, so our next few steps that we're going to do, they're going to bring you back to some of the skills we've already learned in algebra. So our first step from here is going to be to distribute. And so we are going to take our negative 3 and we are going to distribute it to every term inside of our parentheses. And when we distribute, we are multiplying. All of you at home are probably like, yes, Miss Farmer, we know this. You tell us all the time. So when we multiply, we are going to come up with, we're going to bring down the terms we're not using. So that negative 2x is going to stay negative 2x. But now we're going to multiply negative 3 times 6x, and that gives us negative 18x. And then we're going to do negative 3 times negative 11, which will give us positive 33. We're going to bring down our equal sign and bring down our negative 7, because again, we didn't do anything with that. Now we're going to go ahead and we are going to do what we call combine like terms. So again, this is a skill that we have practiced in Algebra 1 this semester and last semester. We really worked on this, so we're going to combine like terms. So a like term is when they have the same variable in common. So we have negative 2x, and its like term would be negative 18x. So you can go ahead and box those in on your paper. If you like to circle them, that is totally fine too. So when we add those together, be sure to use your calculator when you're doing this. Negative 2x plus a negative 18x will give us negative 20x. We'll bring down our plus 33 and our equal negative 7. So those are all the terms that we didn't do anything with that time. Now we need to go ahead and we're trying to solve for our variable x, which is right here. So we need to move this term plus 33 to the other side of our equal sign. We are going to do this by using our opposite operation. So the opposite of plus 33 would be minus 33. So we are going to subtract 33 from both sides of our equal sign. When we do that, on our left side, our 33s are going to cancel out. And we are left with negative 20x. So we're left with negative 20x. We bring down our equal sign, and negative 7 plus a negative 33 is going to give us negative 40. So from here, again, we're solving this equation. We're trying to figure out what x is equal to. So right now, this is read as negative 20x equals negative 40. And we know from first semester of Algebra 1 that when a coefficient and a variable are right next to each other, that the operation there is multiplication. So the opposite of multiplication would be to, yep, you're right, it's going to be to divide. So we are going to divide both sides of our equal sign by negative 20. So go ahead and add that to your paper. I'm adding it to mine right now. So we're going to divide by negative 20. Some of you might be working really fast and already be typing this into your calculator at home. So when we divide both sides by negative 20, our 20s are going to cancel out on the left side of our equal sign. On the right side of our equal sign, we are left with negative 40 divided by negative 20, and that is going to give us a positive, listen closely, a positive 2. So we write this as x equals, let me find my mouse, so x equals positive 2. And we got positive 2 because a negative number divided by a negative number is always positive. So our last step is to go ahead and plug in what we got for our variable. So we got x equals 2, and we're going to plug that in to one of our original equations. And I'm going to plug it into the equation that says y equals, because I already have y by itself, so I'm gonna just do that work over here. It'll be the shortest way for me to find out what y equals. So I'm gonna rewrite y equals 6x minus 11. Now I'm gonna go ahead and plug in. So wherever I see an x, I'm now gonna put the number 2. So it's gonna be 6 times 2 minus 11. So from here, you are just going to evaluate that equation. So 6 times 2 is 12 minus 11, and y is equal to 1. Now to write our final answer, we need to write it as an ordered pair because this is one solution. We have a value for x and a value for y. So our ordered pair, always put your x value first, is going to be 2, 1. Our y value second. If you need to, go ahead and pause the video here to catch up on any of the steps that we just did. I'm going to go ahead and move on to example 2. Example 2, y equals 2x minus 4 and negative 6x plus 3y equals negative 12. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to plug in. So we're going to plug in what y is equal to, where our y variable is in our second equation. So go ahead and do this on your paper as well. Make sure you're following along. So we're going to have negative 6x plus 3 times 2x minus 4 is equal to negative 12. The next step is to distribute. So we are going to distribute the positive 3 to both terms inside our parentheses. And we're going to bring down those other terms that we have left over. So negative 6 plus 3 times 2x gives us 6x. 3 times negative 4 will give us a negative 12. And that is equal to negative 12. Okay, so earlier we recalled combining like terms. So negative 6x plus 6x. Okay, when we do that, those cancel out. If we owe somebody $6 and then we pay them $6, we no longer owe them anything. So that is going to give us 0, or they're just going to cancel out. So what we are left with is negative 12 equals negative 12. So if we look back at where we wrote down our examples of our types of solutions, our types are one solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. For this example, we need to evaluate if this statement is true. Is negative 12 equal to negative 12? And the answer is yes. Negative 12 is the same as negative 12. So we're going to check that off. That is correct. And for our answer, we will just write infinite solution. Infinite solutions. Alright guys, so now on to your U-Try problems. You have 2 problems to try on your own. Once you are finished with them, you can go ahead and unpause the video and check your answers on the next page. Go ahead and pause the video now, write down your problems, and complete them on your own. Alright guys, so you did an awesome job. You hung with me through the video notes, and you tried these 2 problems on your own. So review your answer on number 1. So our final answer is going to be an ordered pair. They gave you the y value of negative 2 and your x value is 3. So our final answer is 3, negative 2. We will review our second problem together in class. I will see you guys on Tuesday.